Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Build Exclusively with Antonio T. Smith Jr. Glad to have each and every one of you on. Today is Thursday, June 29, 2023, as of this recording. So thankful Thursday, thoughtful Thursday, whatever kind of Thursday you have, and make sure you put something positive in front of it. So we are about to get started, and we have been having fun along the way on this call. So allow me to introduce, I almost started doing Jay-Z. Anyway, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. Oh, hey, still, anyway, all the way from G-Town, Galveston, Texas. The founder and CEO of Density Six, the ATSJR companies, and a plethora of companies. The millionaire maker and billionaire maker, innovator, and creator, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
Mornings, everyone. Mornings. Hopefully you have your tea or your coffee, depending on your region of the world. All right, looks like that. And some of you, like Law and Adonia, woke up early this morning, got in a workout, and then put on a brand new outfit nobody's ever seen before. Well, congratulations to all of you who are able to do such things. You know, for the rest of us, you know, we wearing the same thing we always wear. You know, the little 30 pair of clothes we got, that's all we got. We ain't got nothing else. We gotta make it look good.
You just know how to change it up.
Was that what you do? You change it up well. I got you. I got you. All right, yesterday was epic. At least that's what I'm told. What I'm told. And you all learned about the birds and the bees. No, you learned about seekers, believers, workers, and disciples or doers. Just depend on, you know, how much you have hijacked that word disciples. None of this has a religious undertone, but you can apply it to the church most certainly, or any religion that you have. I defined yesterday, Grace, pull up the definition I gave you. I think I only gave you two. I think it was seekers and workers.
Yes.
So let's define those, repost them into the chat, and then I'll pick up from there. So not much of a review, but I do want to define these so we can have some cohesive thought together.
All right, they're the seekers. They are people who are looking for solutions. Something has happened to them, and now they're looking for something to make their situation change. And
Right.
then workers are people, hold on, trying to do two things at once. People who are no longer seeking, but they've completely decided on their destiny.
Okay, and then I gave some other stuff after that.
Yes,
Do you happen to write that to me? Yeah, let's
Yes,
put
I
all
gave
that.
all the, oh, okay.
Yeah, let's put all that. Yes, the workers definition. So it should be a tad bit longer. That is good though. That is good. But we want to have all that in the workers.
Boom, okay.
There we go. Yeah, focus on a fire. Okay, all that good. Okay, so you have okay, now I see what you're doing there. So that was good. That was good the first time. Believers. So you have to recognize that life has this stepping ladder. Let's take, for instance, right now, Law Loholt. He is at his place of business at this moment. He looks sharp. I started to wear a vest today. He looks sharp. And he would be a seeker, believer, worker, or disciple. He would start off one way and graduate to the others, or he would have went in as one way and downgraded to the others. It just depends on work environment. How many of you know that if you have a job and they don't treat you well, you start seeking another one? Do you understand? Okay, so you become a seeker all over again. What happened? Your underrepresentation, underworth, being passive for promotion, male misogyny, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. Okay, it doesn't, and that's sexual harassment, and we can go on and on and on about what could have happened. I also want you to know that your customers, I don't want you to define something bad is something bad, because it may not be bad as you to you, but it's something that happened, something tragic. And I'm using tragic in the Greek way. There were the Greeks would write movies, but they were plays because there was no TV. And we call them tragedies. A tragedy has to happen in 24 hours. That's one of the things about a Greek thing. That conclusion must happen in 24 hours. It's this big, long story, but it happens over 24 hours. I kind of wrote United City to Solarium that way. I wrote it that way. It happens so there's so much going on, but it happens in 72 hours. It happens in 72 hours. There's so much going on. So much going on. So a tragedy is this whole life-changing ordeal in such a short amount of time. This is how I'm using tragedy or tragic. So a seeker has something tragic happen to them. That means Adonia sits back and goes, I don't want to be here no more. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just that realization that I done put up with this too long. She then zoomed 41 years of her life into one statement. Or she gets up, she goes to a different country and say, I like this. You know, this fits me. Getting on planes, dressing how I want to, helping people, experiencing different cultures and foods. I like that. And that in itself could have triggered her to seeking something. While she is a disciple at her job, she is either a seeker or a believer in her own business, which is a powerful place to be, because a CEO should not be so far removed from the customer that you don't remember the struggle. Now let's bring back up customers. Believers. Grace, believers are defined as seekers who get it now. They have accepted this was my fault in some way or another. And have begun to realize there's a better way. And write this down, Grace, part of the definition. And the most important part of a believer is the idea that those people have it. And if I do what they're doing, I'll get it too. Now, Grace, remind me in a second to come back to this. Remind me in a second to come back to this. Let me tell you where I got all this from, y'all. It was in an unrelated book. I business-ized it. Back in undergrad, I was reading this book that I hated. I hated the whole book. I hated everything about the book, except for one chapter, law. I don't even remember the name of the book. It was trash. It was good. I just wasn't, anyway, whatever. I didn't like it. The book was something, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know the name of the book. But there was a chapter, law. It was a Christian book too. And so I was trying to figure out how to disciple better, because Jerome, I suck at discipleship. Well, I used to, not anymore. I used to though. I'm such an ambitious go-getter. Janice, you in here now, so move. You on my way. I need to go get somebody else. I'm not. And now Janice is getting underserved, and then she goes out and go find another church because I got her in, but I had no place for her to continue to keep her on. I had to, you understand, Jerome? I had to fix that about my organization. My front door was wide, so everybody kept coming in, but my back door was bigger because everybody kept leaving out. That was very good at evangelism, piss poor at discipleship. If you're not connecting, Les Brown says, never make a point when I tell the story, never tell a story without making a point. I just taught you something. Your business should not have a back door more open than the front door. So we're gonna introduce some new terms now, Grace. I'm going to borrow from Christianity for these terms, but they make sense without you spiritualizing them.
Sure. So is this timing part 2?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh yeah. My bad. I'm sorry. I said of course like you in my head. Yes. My bad. Yes. I have to introduce 2 new terms now. Evangelism and discipleship. It's very important. Don't Christianize this. I'm just saying that. So what does evangelism means? To spread the good news. What is Adonia going to do about her business? Spread the good news. What is Trient Press? Something. Who needs to spread the good news? All evangelists. Who should be the chief evangelist of Trient Press? Melissa. Evangelism is just a word. It was a word that existed before the New Testament. It's going to continue to exist, I would say, after the New Testament, but I don't want to get stoned to death. It's going to continue to exist. Stop. Hard stop. Period. Boom. You know, you can't say grass withers, flower fades, but the word. I know.
They had to be up.
Okay, all right.
You had to finish that. You had to finish.
You understand? Yes, yeah. You can't leave it out there like that. So I didn't want to get stoned to death, Jerome, by all you Christians. You understand? The grace, remind me to come. That's 3 things you got to remind me to come back now to: evangelism, discipleship, and I forgot what I told you. That's why I'm telling you. At least I think in my head I told you to tell me to come back to something.
The most important part of a believer. That
most
idea.
Important part of a believer. So I did that already. Good. Now let's pick back up from there. I'm gonna finish my story. My front door was as big as my back door because I sucked at discipleship. So I went and bought this book. I don't know the name of the book, but in the book, it was like in chapter 6 or 7. It said the 4 legs of discipleship. And I was like, that's interesting. And I read the legs, I read the book, and it said, think about a chair, 4 chairs. And I kid you not, that book said, you can label each leg of the chair as seekers, believers, workers, and disciples. And I read this, I highlighted it so much. My God, boom, boom. And I was like, wait a minute, forget this book. This is gold. Because this doesn't just apply to the church. This applies everywhere. And ever since 2011, I've been applying it since, teaching it since, with the same words that were in the book. Haven't even tried to apply it to the church because I went straight to business, which is my passion, period. But it is true. So this is where I'm getting this from. It is true that Adonia and Antonio are the same. It is not true that this version of Adonia and 30 years ago Adonia are the same. There was a time where Adonia was just getting out of the doors, was fixing her credit, and she didn't know what to do. No, I need you to get this. She didn't know what to do. She trusted in a system. Well, now I'll say that system would be have faith in the family unit? Is that okay? Let me put my hand up first. Anybody had faith in what they called family, but you divorced now? Is that, do I have somebody? My hand up first. My hand. Is there Melissa in the building? Is there Deanna in the building? I'm trying to see if I
Wait, make sure you're asking, is there anyone who had faith in the family unit and is now
divorced. Uh-huh. Because this is what you do. This is what you do. Let me explain this even better. You go, okay, married now, this is going to work, and it don't. See, I'm not blaming the mate. I'm saying when we try to put on what this depends on you now, whatever religion told you about the family unit, whatever your culture told you about the family unit, whatever that may be, it doesn't matter. What happens is Adonia, Melissa, Deanna, they stopped living their dreams because their responsibility was live for their spouse. Can I get a witness? Is there somebody? I need some. Is this? Am I too far off, Melissa? I mean, y'all help me out. I mean, this is
whatever. Just whatever. Just what you just. I need you to stay out of my bedroom. I need you to stay out. You're everywhere you have no business being. And the only other thing that I will say to my spiritual experience is, I left the church because I was told I didn't pray correctly.
that
I
makes
didn't speak in
sense.
tongues. I was dictated to how I'm supposed
right.
to act and receive.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I had a problem with it.
Yeah.
I had a problem with it.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I have. I've seen that before. No, Jerome, if you lift your chest and push your back out, and then you just speak it, it'll come. And, you know, I've seen it before. I've seen it before. I'm not going to say that. I've seen it before. So 30 years ago, Adonia was a seeker, and I'm going to try to explain to you a seeker because I need to jump to believer. I'm really explaining believer, but let me tell you, she was broken. And you know how when we connect with somebody, we put them first. Is unless you just all the way selfish. I'm not, but I don't think there's any. I don't think y'all that narcissistically selfish. I'm with you now, but shut the hell up. I don't think that's what how y'all came in here. I don't think that's how you do that. So Adonia now is broken. She's unavailable. Why? Because she's been available and it didn't work. I'm trying to help somebody. So I'm not really trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you about your customers. Yes, they went to your webinar, but you don't know what's going on with them. See, you think business transactions are about business transactions. No, these people don't get to stop being people going through stuff because they bought your product. Okay, I'm gonna put my weight on this screen. I'm gonna take my little jacket off. Maybe.
Is the book called 4-Chair Discipling?
That's it right there.
Okay.
That's it. Hate the whole book. Not that one chapter though. You know, whatever that. Yeah, there it is. It's like black cover with a gold
Kind of-
chair or something.
Oh, it's
like
a gold chair? Okay, because I've
something
seen,
like that.
yeah, I've seen the blue and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
The blue one, something like that. Yeah. It's been, and then I read it in 2011. When was it published? It's a little small book too. It's like this here. It's a little small book. It ain't one of them Antonio books that's
Anyway,
way up there. You know,
Is it
ain't one of
this?
those.
this one?
Oh, say so the cover changed, but yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the book. Now you can put it on the screen. Go on, get the book. Y'all get the book. Changed my life. I just hate the book. So
I'm gonna look at
4-Chair Discipling by whoever
look
this
at it.
person is.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it on Amazon. I just trying to
Dan
Google.
Spader. No, the book is good.
Dan Spader.
See, look, chair 1, come and see, seekers. Chair 2, follow me, believers. Chair 3, be a fisherman of men, workers. Chair 4, go and bear fruit, disciples, duplicate themselves. I'm gonna come back to that. This, my friends, is gold. I just hated the book. Okay. I hated the book. But here's the deal. The book is perfect. I hated the book because I was biased. Ain't nothing wrong with the book. I'm a heathen. Don't take my recommendation on a book. I'm literally saying I hate the book while making my whole life philosophy about it. So I don't hate it that much. Anyway, back to the story. So what happens is Adonia says, I can't do this no more. So she starts seeking something. Now, like every normal person, she starts seeking while still in the trouble. Let's try this again. As CEOs, we think people come to our companies and forget they're living. Come on now, y'all have never sat across you rarely, I won't say never, you rarely sit across the table for somebody. You rarely have them on Zoom. Right now, Jerome was listening to me. Guess what happened yesterday? Hell. Guess what happened? Well, guess what's gonna happen after this call? Distractions. And guess what everybody gonna need from Jerome, but Jerome. Him. Jerome, look, if you I just need 1,000. I promise you, I promise you. Jerome, if you could just help me move the couch, this happens. So every time I'm talking to Jerome and I'm selling Jerome something, Jerome is understanding in the back of his head, how is this product going to fit in my life? Most customers do not say no because they can't figure out if they can afford your product. If they want it, they'll get it. They'll figure it out. Most customers are saying no in their heads, but they really a yes because they just trying to figure, okay, I like this. But what the hell am I change so I can use this? So you're forcing Adonia to close when Adonia has already closed herself in her mind. What she's doing now is trying to figure out, can she make time for this? What can she eliminate so she can do this? How much is going to take from her weekend, which is the only time she got to do her things? Adonia, have I misspoken somewhere?
No, you did not misspeak in this case. That is for certain.
You don't need to close her. She's already closed. She's just trying to figure out, so can I still get my nails done? Can I do this while getting my nails? So she's going to ask questions you're not expecting. So is the first thing she's going to ask, right, so do I have to be live for this? Is this every day? Come on now. Is there a recording that I can watch after? Do I need to see the video? Or can I just listen? Because if I can just listen to it, she can still get her nails done. She can listen to it while cutting the grass. Adonia strikes me as somebody who cuts her own grass too, by the way. She strikes me as somebody as, well, look,
now I'm sure you got cameras on me. Now I'm positive you have cameras on me. I actually enjoy mowing my grass. Yes, I don't know why, but I do. And I need you to step out my life, dude.
I got spies on all y'all. Spies on all you. I know who's sitting, who's squat. I got all you. My bad, Jerome. You know me. Anywho, so a believer grace is right there where Adonia was 30 years ago. This is what happens. She's hurt, she's broken, she's seeking, and this is what happened. She goes, I know some folk that ain't going through this. Ring, ring, ring. Jerome, can you tell me about that meeting again? Y'all still hiring over there? Blah, blah, blah. Because what she did is she made the link from where she is, looked at Jerome, and said, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I just know that he got it. And since I clearly don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm going to do whatever Janice say. If I can. It is the most important thing I have said, even more important than yesterday. I'll break it down even more simple. How many of you remember, and you've been with me so long, so you don't really do this anymore because you don't have to, because I've taught you so much, you can think for yourself now. But remember, when I first started teaching you, if I said, Jerome, mark it this way, I don't know what the hell to do, so I'm gonna do what he said. I mean, it keep working. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that phase? That's a believer. All right. He said mid-journey. Let me get on mid-journey. This is mid-journey it is. I mean, all right. He said ChatGPT. Let me do this. All right. Hit this prompt. See, because what you're saying is, well, I don't know the prompt. I just know your prompts work. So I'm gonna use your prompts. And after you do it for 6 months, you can start to think for yourself. That's the believer phase. Tracy, you have customers in your database, customers that you emailed. They're hanging on to your every word. May I give you strong advice? This is now the 3rd time this year I've actually given somebody advice right here, and it's unsolicited because I don't give you advice. I just talk. This is the 3rd time this year I've given somebody advice. The people in your organization hanging on to every word, they need your attention that cannot be duplicated. What I mean by that, oh, just say a thank you card and print thank you 10,000 times. Nope, that's not what believers need. Believers do not need cookie cutter stuff. You know what believers need? Well, you know what I know you? That was real good. I like that. And what you did with X, Y, and Z, that was good. It's believers who need special attention. See, disciples, Jerome, Phil, Susan, I haven't defined it yet, but Jerome, Phil, Susan, Melissa, Grace, Deanna, and now Tracy. And that's disciples here. They don't need special attention from me. What they need is respect. And you better do what the hell you said you was gonna do. I know that much shit. I'm sorry. That's the way you say it in the head. You understand? But it don't come out that way out of her mouth. I put some Antonio on that. You know what I'm saying? I put some Antonio. When they lean back too, that was a little Antonio right there, Grace. You get that was a little Antonio. Disciples don't need special attention. You know why? Because, and I haven't defined it yet, because when you become a disciple, you duplicate the organization. You become the person giving special attention. We're going to come back to it. Seekers don't need special attention. You know why? They don't can trust you. I'm seeking. Well, the first thing, wait a minute. This is the first thing Adonia you're going to see. If Adonia is a seeker, first thing Adonia gonna say, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Y'all too much up on me. Y'all trying to sell me? I don't come on now. Come on. I just got here. That's too much attention. Yeah, I don't want to play with me. That's all right though. When you in seeker phase, you don't trust nobody. Because being a seeker says, you know what? Everybody around me let me get here.
That's what that feeling is?
Yes.
Well, it was.
Yes. 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 Is that oh, so you want to read the book? Yeah, yeah. You want to read the Four Chair Discipleship? It's really good.
Yes,
I'm sure you can. Go ahead.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. She's buying the book now. Buying the book. Okay. All right. Believers are at the point they say, this is the women that are looking at Tracy going, I mean, you working out every day. I like that. Now watch this here. They don't work out though. They want to work out. You're missing it. That's okay. And tell me, you post content every day. They don't post content, but they want to. As you're beginning to make this connection, Grace, the connection is, I know what I want. I'm no longer confused. And I'm going to be here because I believe in this place. And Adonia, I know that you want me to do this. And I'm going to do it, I promise. Soon. I just need a little more information. Believer. So what's the business model for someone that says, someone like Law, one of Law's customers says, man, that was a good ebook. No, it was good. It's good. I've been thinking about writing my own. And as soon as the CEO hear that, price tag. Got it. Well, I got a class. I teach that for $999. Wrong. That's it, Law. Wrong. The first step you do, Adonia, is you keep listening because we're trying to figure out if they're a seeker, believer, worker, or disciple. You can automatically rule out discipleship as they will be duplicating ebooks on their own, right? So if I came at you, Adonia, that's really good. I actually want to build a program like that myself. Disciple. As a worker on the way to being a disciple. Y'all getting this? I want to build a program like this myself. That person is genuinely saying, Adonia, I have no intentions of staying in your organization forever. Now, I might keep giving forever, but I have every intentions on taking what you know and creating my own little pocket over here. One day we'll be working together. So when you find that person is a worker or a believer getting ready to be a worker, and you treat them accordingly. Let me tell you how you treat a believer, Grace. If you believe, then you're ready to buy. Okay, it's okay. It's not, I see some of y'all faces now. It's beginning to make sense. If you believe, you're ready to buy. May I help you? But you're ready to buy my low-end products. Why you keep trying to sell me your high-end stuff? Let's put this in church talk for since you brought it up. If you believe, then when I all right, Adonia, fix your back. Now, open your mouth, and the Holy Spirit is going to make love to your tongue or something. I have no idea what they do with the speaking in tongue, and then they're going to, and then the words are going to, and you're going to feel it, and you're going to translate it, all that stuff. If she believes, she go through it. If she's a seeker, she gonna be like, this is stupid as hell. I don't, I don't mean no disrespect, but it's stupid as hell. I feel stupid. I mean, somebody try to put something on you, I feel awkward. That's somebody selling you too fast. That was the whole point of that. I'll do it again. Adonia would probably still be in that place if they didn't sell her too fast. I'm using this example because it's a great example. She got in there. She's clearly at that time a seeker. What was she seeking? The truth. Where was the truth? I don't know. She had no loyalty to the place claiming to be the truth. Is she a loyal person? Absolutely. Have they earned her loyalty? Absolutely not. Did Jesus? Sure. But y'all ain't Jesus. Y'all talking about him. Who's Jesus in all these joints, huh? Over here too. Huh? Listen, Grace.
Antonio, that happened to me in real life.
Come on, man.
Don't you talking about?
Come
It
on.
happened to me.
Keep talking. I need to put some. Yeah, I shaved this morning. I forgot to put lotion on my face.
And he put his hand on my forehead and told me open
Yep.
my mouth and it's gonna come
Yep,
out.
happened to me too.
And then when it didn't, he pushed me down and I wouldn't go down and he pushed me harder. And I said, Jerome, you're drawing unnecessary attention to him that makes him look bad. You better go down because he's gonna look stupid, which is he gonna come back on you. And I went right down on my knees. And he moved to the next one real quick.
That's
Still
a
ain't
fact, though.
speaking tongues.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You ain't lying. Yeah, now I look brown instead of ash gray. There we go. Grace. Let's bring this back up again. It's important because I'm talking about business. Adonia and all of us could be sold on anything. The problem is, if you sell me too fast, I'm out. Come on, y'all. Ain't nobody here dumb. Silly. There's nobody here dumb. I tried again, Grace. I tried again. This I'm gonna talk about Grace. I'm gonna go back to Donia and talk about Grace. Grace, 42 years old now. You might be 43 in August, right? I only say your age because you say your age, so I just figured, and I got permission to say your age. Don't get me in trouble now. All right. August 12th should be 43. Couple days, 11 days at the field. Who will also be 43. Just a different version of 43, different rotations of 43, something like that. I keep saying Adonia. Grace has Adonia's same problem in reverse. See, they tried to sell her too fast. Grace's grandmother was more susceptible to catching COVID than anybody else. And they say, Grace, you're gonna come to church. I don't care what's going on. And Grace said, now, wait a minute now. I've been a scientist my whole life. I've been teaching math. Math is science my whole life. Now, wait a minute now. I'm trying to, you telling me Jesus is gonna keep me safe from science? Grace, am I?
You're speaking.
Okay. No, but see, this is the problem. No. Because Grace damn near left her church. Grace, am I?
2 years.
2 years. Because what happened was she lived up here all her life. Got a time travel to go back to church. So it was 1950 during the pandemic for her church. Now, so all during the Bubonic Plague, y'all still want to meet together. That's what happened in Europe, and everybody died. Y'all still want to do that, huh? So we just dying out here. Grace, and they told Grace, you can come to church. And then what happened? This is what happened. The same thing. Then Grace got the guilt. Y'all know that religious guilt? Nah, Grace. Trust not the world. No. All right. Before I move on, let's put this back in the Tracy talk. This is what y'all do when y'all be trying to sell people who are believers and you trying to guilt them into your damn product. Now, Tracy goes, now, Catherine, you said, it went 5 years technique, Grace. You said, yes, when I asked you this. Yes, when I asked you that. No, this is what we do. This is why we're losing sales. We are losing sales because we just don't understand that there's a segmentation of customers. And if you don't think that this is true, this is why You don't have big data money, big tech money, because they have customer segmentation way past 4. For instance, Netflix 3 years ago had 800 plus categories of movies. How?
There's
I thought it,
800 categories of
girl,
movies.
I thought it was crime, drama, girl stuff, and boy stuff. Those my categories. Like, another, y'all call it romantic comedy. Get that crap out of here. I don't like that girl stuff. Fine, we'll watch it. You know I'm talking about them, them movies. We'll watch it. Fine. No, they got 800. Why? Because they segmented their audience in over 800 different sections on watching preferences. I'm just talking about 4. Netflix had 800 years ago, so I don't know what they got now. That's why you ain't got Netflix money. Because you're not taking customer segmentation, which is a real thing. I write customer segmentation algorithms, a real thing. You need to take it seriously. So Grace left her church for 2 years. Did she leave? No, but mentally, Grace was like, I don't know if I'm at the point in my life where I want to be forced or guilted into things. That's how your customers feel every time you sell them. And then when you get back on the mic real quick, and then do you like being sold?
Now you know better.
I know.
I really get an attitude. I get heat. My body starts heating. I mean, I had a bad car experience where a guy took my keys and, well, you're not getting your keys back, so you have to buy this car. That's when I called my dad. He rolled up on him, and it was a wrap at that point. So no, I don't like being sold to, because you don't have to sell me. If it's something that I find the need for or I have a feeling for, I'm going to get it. Do not sell me. I will walk away.
That's a grown woman talking. It's a grown woman talking.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
nobody likes to be sold, but everybody loves to buy.
That's a good point. That is a real good point. Real good point. Buying make you feel good now. Yeah, look at me. Life, look at swipe. That's right. I ain't broke. It ain't say decline. Yours is though. Yeah, yours gonna say decline. Not mine. Swipe. No. I took what Phil said too far, but it was just so y'all can remember what Phil said. That's all. That's all. Go ahead. Go. So now let's pay attention to this. Grace was in her church at that time for 39, 40 years. By all intents and purposes, she was a disciple. But religious guilt and science, Grace, come to church and die. Now, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. They got the internet, right? But here's the problem, though. No, here's the problem. The problem Grace ran into was Antonio. The problem Grace ran into was Antonio. Allow me to explain. See, the Black church don't give online. But it's not something we do. It's not something we do. We got to, like, like you can go all the multi-campus church. Black folk ain't shouting in no damn screen. Is this too real? Because the only Black folk that's gonna shout at some screen, that's a white church now, and they didn't got used to that. Otha Ross and Etta May is not fit to shout at some 63-inch screen. First off, that ain't even her pastor. Her pastor would be here. That's all right. It's okay. Anyway, I'm talking about money. So the church says, this is why most Black churches, they don't do they stream, but it's like trying to reach other people. They don't do, Black folk don't even know how to do a giving talk like the white churches do. If you have an online, you know what? Lakewood Church. Don't nobody Victoria Osteen. Hold on. Nobody. Let me see. Because y'all gonna think I'm out here shucking and jiving. Just give me a second.
Deanna didn't know Otha Ross is a real person.
That's a real person. I didn't make up that name. I did not make up that name.
I was today years old when I knew a Otha existed.
Yep. I did not make up that name. Okay, watch this here. Watch this here. I'm skipping into the middle.
About the love of God, to truly developing.
Skipping
and
again.
Imagine that woman standing there still trembling.
I'm not 6 minutes
standing
in.
there.
Send it
Heart
again.
was opened in such a way,
Skipping again.
and they saw
Right here.
and go another way. He wants to strengthen you and give you the power you need to live the life He's called you to live. Amen.
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 Thanks for being a part of our youth.
It's like, oh my God, that was so good. Wait a minute. Now, why would that mini message be in the middle of a sermon? I mean, in the middle of the Lakewood's message. I'll do it again for you. Don't worry about it. 46 seconds.
date. He began to question her.
Let's
And
see
she
how it starts off. Hold on. Experiencing the fullness of his love.
When Joel and I first started dating many years ago,
Okay.
we had a mutual.
Skip to the end.
If anybody's throwing rocks at you,
Anybody throwing rocks at you?
if there's condemnation in your mind because
condemnation in
there's
your mind.
areas of your life you really don't want to expose to Jesus, know today that He is not going to condemn you. He wants to convince you that yes, there is power.
Okay, now let's Antonio eyes this, please. Antonio Tracy has been in the largest of places. What I do is teach people, I had to learn it, teach people the giving talk. This is how it happens in Black church. All right, y'all, it's giving time. This is what happened in Black Baptist church. Sing. Amen. Thank you so much, saints. Now we got to this part of our section where everybody can participate. It's giving time. Come on, Grace, unmute your mic. What come after that? What come right after that? It's
Amen.
amen. I got some givers in this place. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Give us some good marching music so we can give. All right. We have the Givelify app. I have no idea why you're using that, but it's okay. You got the Givelify app and all that stuff. Y'all go ahead and give. Boom. Y'all got that? This is how you get, receive, and disciple seekers, believers, and workers. Let me show you now. Thank you so much. That was such a good song. Tony comes walk up. Oh my God, such a good time to see all of you. It's such a good time. I want to talk to you today about experiencing the fullness of God. Many years ago, I've had the privilege and the pleasure of hitting rock bottom. And I know what that sounds like. How could you be enjoying rock bottom? But that's what I did. But I didn't enjoy it while I was in it. See, the thing about hitting rock bottom is we hate it, and we hate it so much. But how many of you know God is the God of hate? God is the God of rock bottom. God is the God who loves you even when you're hating yourself. See, God wanted the most out of you. So God decided that when you were at the rock bottom, when you couldn't give to him, God gave to you, gave you another day of hope. Can you see where I'm going? 8 minutes later. So as the buckets pass around, remember the experience of the fullness of God. He gave to you when you was at rock bottom. Trust me, 1 penny is worth more than all the money in the world. Don't be afraid to experience the fullness of God. Can y'all see the difference? They gonna stone me to death, Gerald. They is going.
They are. They are.
I wouldn't go outside. The FBI gonna be outside. You are giving away too much stuff, sir. Too much. There is a big difference because remember, Grace was told, "Now, Grace, you love the Lord, don't you?" You know what could have kept this? What should have happened. This what should have happened. Well, I'm not gonna say should have happened. This is what Antonio would have did. You know what, Grace? I so love how you're taking care of your grandmother. And I don't know how long the pandemic's gonna last, but of course, you got my full permission to stay here the entire time. You know, I would really like if you can help me with something because you are at a particular age that the church needs to get better at reaching. You're that weird generation, Grace, you know? Yeah, you're not a millennial, but you got a little bit of millennial in you. You ain't a baby boomer, but you got all their respect. And you pay all your bills online and over the phone. So Grace, I really need some help. While you're sitting with your grandmother, can you help me develop a way to where we can phone in to the church and give, or we can add online giving, but in a way that is palatable to people like you? Can you do that for me while you please sit, please enjoy, no matter how long it takes. But in order to feel connected to the church as well, this can be your new ministry, so you don't have to worry about singing. And Grace, you would have said what? There's no guilt. There's no agenda. There is just, you're going to be over there anyway. So I give you what you need: comfort, support. Maybe you can help me out. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. That's how you talk to believers. That's how you talk to seekers. That's how you talk to workers. You do not do the opposite. Grace, you need to go to church. Because what's the first thing that happened when Grace got back? Where you been? Is it Grace? Did somebody tell you that?
Yeah, somebody told me I need to take a picture of you because I don't know when you're coming back. Oh, okay.
2 years to get Grace to come back. Your little 2-second comment almost ran her away. Anyway. So the logic understanding here, Tracy, is if I'm a believer, I'm ready to give. But you don't have to pressure me. You need to support me in a way that I know is personalized. There's the punchline. That's it. That's it.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. If I'm a believer, I'm ready to give, and I'll explain why you're ready to give. I'm happy to give at that point. But you don't have to pressure me into selling. You don't have to pressure me into giving. All you got to do is personalize your support. If you personalize your support too much as a seeker, I ain't gonna trust you. Ain't nobody that friendly. They up to something. He must be trying to holler.
Okay, wait a minute. I know I'm jumping in here all up in
Jump on in. Jump
your
on in.
business is our business because you said so. You said steal, right? That's what I'm just saying. And when you say don't steal, you say, look here. It's personal. I'm not even gonna tell y'all all that. But this is what I'm saying. I have a question right there in that space.
Steal all of it.
Because I get that a lot, more than none.
Yeah.
And that is that can't be real, Sandra. The love you giving, it can't be real. How you treat me, it can't be real. So what's real with you?
Yep.
So how do I handle that, and how do I respond to that, or even if I do respond to that? Just a question. Just ask.
Well, this is a great question. The first immediate thing is you're definitely dealing with a broken person who has been so punished for trusting people that you look like a punishment every time you love them. You know, like, so me and Law, I think we'll understand this more than most people. How you gonna love me? My mama don't love me. How you gonna love me? My daddy don't love me. I'm not talking about as an adult. I'm talking about when we was in foster care. So we're not talking about the truth. We talking about our experience. Forget the truth. F your truth. Forget Jesus. Jesus is stupid. I'm out here suffering. No,
Right,
I don't mean this personally. But when I was in that trash can, what the hell you tell me about Jesus for? All these church folk walking past me. How dare you evangelize to me and I'm homeless? Do something. Say what you will. Until you've been there, you'll understand why we ain't going to your little Jesus. This is what it is. You don't have to like it, but that's why many religious organizations struggle to connect with the disenfranchised. You don't have no place for the disenfranchised. So you're dealing with somebody disenfranchised first. I got you, Trace. I ain't gonna forget you. You're dealing with somebody disenfranchised. That's first and foremost. So when you're doing that, you don't respond to someone who is disenfranchised because there's nothing, Sandra, that you're going to say that's going to convince me of anything. The only thing you could possibly do is just love me when I am unlovable. So instead of talking, give me a hug. And let me tell you how I'm going to get, this is what happened. When you give me that hug, I ain't hug you back. You crazy as hell. I'm gonna be like this here. I'm gonna be like, look, your arms will be around me.
Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God.
I'm gonna be like this here. Okay. And you're gonna know that I am very uncomfortable. But every time you do it, you're gonna knock away one of them little walls I got up. I'm gonna put up 5 more. Don't get it twisted. As soon as you knock one down, I'm gonna put up 5 more. And even worse than that, every time you treat me good, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna test you.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna test you.
But I can't do anything different than who I am and what I do.
No, it's not about you doing something different. It's about you recognizing I am a seeker, and you don't sell seekers. You keep giving them content, and your hug is a content. Remember, none of your words are going to make me convert to Christianity. Your actions will. Nobody is saved by word. Okay. Okay. Time out. We're going to have a serious conversation. Grace, I need a 5-minute clock. Okay. And like just start it. 5, 4, 2, 1. There's a guy that Jerome calls Jesus. The man came into the world, Janice, so tough. The Hebrews say a star guided 3 magi's to his presence. That's a pretty powerful interest. Shepherd little boys was out in the field. They were men, and angels came. Do you understand how awesome you got to be to have angels say, you know, Tracy, it's Tracy's birthday, huh? Yeah. I know you're at work, but I need to tell you about Tracy. I need to tell you about Tracy. You a bad man. When your arrival comes with advertising, the world didn't change. This man's so cold, Tracy. He ain't even do nothing. There's a king named Herod. Went full plumb crazy. What, about 2 years ago, y'all was coming? All right, tell you what, I want all kids 2 under dead, off with their heads, kill them. Jerome, is that not enough? Is that kill them all? This is why to this day historians cannot tell you. They can tell you what year Jesus was born, but they always say 2 AD to 4. Why? Because King Herod killed everybody too. World never changed. The man was so cold, Grace. 12 years old. He in there astonishing scholars and temples. Tells his mama, Mom, you know, it's time. I got to roll out of here. It's time to be in my father's business. Baby, just wait. Mama wants some more time with you. Okay, no problem. World never changed. The man, according to Jerome, who was God, submitted to his mama, delaying his work. World never changed. Saw Tracy, said, girl, you bleeding? Child, here, let me touch you. Boom, she ain't bleeding no more. 13 years, it's your blood, ain't got it no more. Did that on the way to Jairus' daughter. World never changed. Had a blind man say, man, hold on, come here, let me touch you. World never changed. Spit on the ground, let me put it, you see now? Hold on. Do it again. All right, world never changed. Healed every disease possible. World never changed. Took a beach, had people show up, turned the beach into a congregation and the boat into a pool pit. Preached for, some scholars say, hours or days, but it's Matthew 5, 6, 7, and 8 in your hearing. It's all in red. Go look it up, Janice. It's just red. They call it Sermon on the Mount. World never changed. Established a new law. Grace, will, truth. So cold, went inside of the temple, looked at the red, people couldn't read, scrolled it up and say, today, this scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing. World never changed. Told these folk, he the Messiah. They tried to rush him off a cliff. He just walked right through them. World never changed. This man so cold, got baptized. The sky opened up. Dove came down. A voice cried out, this is my beloved son, whom I'm well pleased. And everybody on the planet heard it. World never changed. Went inside the temple 3 different times at least. World never changed. The first blood he ever spilled in the temple was actually on his 8th day, being circumcised. And the guy saw him and said, man, I was waiting on the seeing the Messiah before I die. And Jerome, most people don't know about that. That's in there, though, ain't it, Jerome? World never changed. One of his best friends got whole beheaded, off with his head, John the Baptist. Jesus said, we're not going nowhere. We just need to pause for a little bit. I can't go there right now. I'm grieving John. World never changed. 4 men took their lame friend, ripped the roof off, lowered this man down. Jesus say, man, get up here, Mark player. World never changed. Walk past thousands of lame people. Took one lame man. You want to be made whole after a conversation? Man, go ahead and handle that. World never changed. Can I push your Grace? Got on the cross. Died. Literally stopped dying, Tracy. Do you understand how awesome you got to be like, hold on, I know y'all killing me. I know I'm dying, but wait a minute. Let me pray for y'all. Ain't me. You not fit to publicly embarrass me. Put fake charges on me. Hide me, rush me from prison cell to prison cell. Baptist preachers say judgment hall to judgment hall in the middle of the night. Whip my beard off, give me lashes, and then
I didn't know judgment hall was a prison cell.
Pretty much. It was pretty much. And then gonna sit up here and make me Tracy bleeding to death. Hold on. I know y'all lied on me. I don't want nobody lie on me regularly. I know y'all lying on me. I can't breathe. I'm suffocating. I am crucifixion. You die by crucifixion by being suffocated. Your lungs. I'm suffocating. Jerome, when it's too hot outside, I don't want to pray for nobody. See, I don't want to keep it real. I keep it real all day long, Janice. If it's too hot, I ain't trying to think about nobody else, but where the hell are we getting out? It's hot. That man said 3 times. The first 3 things he did was pray for other people. I prove it to you. Hey, forgive them for what they know I do. Where your mama at? Where your son? That's your mama now. That's your bro. That's your son now. You good over there? Oh man, I tell you what, man. When I die, you coming with me. That's the man on the cross. If you don't know, I got a way of hooding it up, but it work out though, Tracy. You know what I'm saying? It work out. Died. World still never changed. So you mean to tell me crucifixion didn't change the world? Watch this here. Resurrected. The world didn't change. You know when the world changed? When he showed his wounds. If you talking to a seeker, a believer, or a worker, your words mean nothing, Sandra. It is not until you show me you wounded like me that I can believe you. Did I do that in less than 5 minutes, Grace?
Time I just went off.
You know what, you're not lying, because
No.
all the things that it's crazy, because when people find out what I've gone through, it makes it even worse, because they like, but how you be so happy? How are you doing that? It makes a difference. And then
Yes.
that's when the conversation changed, your
Yes.
attitude changed.
It does.
And it's like, I don't get how you're acting like that, how you're talking to me like that, and you've been hurt
Right.
so big.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right. It's why every good relationship needs a good fight every now and then. Because how can Tracy know I got her back until I got a choice not to? But I don't do it.
That's so good. You
Y'all
just
like-
touched my whole conversation on the phone this morning. Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Yeah, this is not a religious conversation to me. I'm just using emotional things that y'all know about to prove these sales points. Your damn words don't mean nothing to Adonia. The only people who words actually work on are disciples, because they got them in them. So when they hear those words, it's like the ring of truth. Oh yeah, you one of us. Okay. Yeah. But seekers, believers, and workers, forget your words. Show me your wounds. Okay. I don't care what law talking about. I don't care how good law look. Until Twin Flame is wounded by law and still responds like he loves him, law can't see that he loves him. I don't give a damn what he say. You say what you want. I don't know I can trust you until I do something when you shouldn't trust me no more. What does a friend mean? If me and Adonia friends, I mean, I know something about her. If me and Adonia best friends, that mean I know some bad stuff about her. I just keep my mouth shut. That's why we best friends. Come on, help me, somebody.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Just do it. Just do it.
We best friends because I know where she comes from. That's what best friends mean. I got some dirt on you. You got some dirt on me, girl. We gonna take this dirt to the grave. I better know you're laughing right now, but you know what to be the truth. You know what to be the truth. Your customers are looking for actual friendships, whether it be friendship with your brand, friendship with your product, or friendship with you. They say, well, I don't need all that, Antonio. That's why you got it with the product. You got it with the product. I'm friends with the fact that your product made me more money. I don't give a damn about none of y'all. And that's fine. You act like Antonio. I'm cool with that. Grace, when Sandra asked the question, what should I do? Yeah, I'm going to act an ass every time. If I'm a seeker and I'm hurt, there is nothing, Tracy, that I'm going to do to your standards. You are a disciple. First off, I don't even like you. Let me help y'all out. Because I'm going to tell you how I used to look at church folk. And I want you to know that your customers are looking at you the same way. Do not receive this as church. I want you to receive this as Tracy. I'm Tracy Custom. I was raised by myself. No offense to nobody, no disrespect to my parents. But by the time I was 10, I was grown. A survivor, a dope dealer, and a thief. I stole because I needed to eat, and I didn't feel bad about it. Why would I feel bad? I'm hungry as hell. What are you talking about? I don't even understand. I'm confused on why
But
you
that's
want me to
legal in the
have.
Bible, that's legal. To steal to eat.
Jerome, I'm confused on why you want me to have morality for surviving. I'm confused. I don't want to steal. And you better be glad I just stole these cookies. I'm not trying to be a thief. I'm just trying to get these little dumbass moon cookies. And a little pickle. That's it. This is way too specific for this not to be real. When the moon cookies and that pickle.
In a bag.
Because moon cookies wouldn't grow mold in my trash can, nor would pickles. I'm making some sense, huh? And if I can get away with them grandma cookies, you know, them 2 for $1, you know what I'm talking about? The vanilla ones. If I can get away with that, oh, well, I'm stealing for your store on a regular basis. I ain't even gonna lie to you, player. Ain't no sense in me. Ain't no sense in me lying to you. So now, here come Phil with all this positivity. I hate everybody. And I hate positive people. I hate people with a mama. I hate people with a daddy. And I hate people with both. So how we got something in common? What you? Oh, I love you. Janice, like, I love you. I don't love you. Because, well, I come from love don't look like that. Love look like rape, molestation, and leaving your kids for dead. I'm not saying I'm right, Jerome. I'm saying I come to you with programming. Your words ain't fixing my programming. So don't try to sell me nothing. Show me your wounds. Show me on a Zoom call you don't need to be on. I'm making some sense now, Tracy. Show me that when I buy into your celebrity program, you the one actually teaching the damn classes.
Okay, sir.
I bet nobody in here disagree with it. We done all went somebody certified. And the star didn't even teach the classes. Why you ain't tell me that up front? Because I damn sure would have passed up to $6,000 y'all done made me drop. And so y'all just giving everybody certifications? I thought it was just for special people. These are people with money. I'll see y'all don't want. I just say the stuff that y'all really want to say. I'm like Bernie Mac of business, I guess. This ain't hard for me to figure out because I come from the gutter. My ministry is effective because I come from the gutter. I don't have no avatar because I don't have no childhood trauma. So every time Tracy try to tell me what I can be, Tracy has no idea you triggered me into all the belief that says, no, I can't. Every time Tracy believe in me, I reject it. So then now Tracy goes, well, I should pay very close attention. Tracy goes, yeah, well, my product, you can really win, Antonio. Get out of here. First off, I'm only here because I ain't really got no other options. I ain't buying nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't buying that. I ain't got no other options. I'm here. I gotta be somewhere and I'm trying. How many you know what I'm talking about? You be like, look, God, I really quit, but I'm trying though. Oh, this all you getting. I know y'all so saved. As for me, Jerome, God, this is the best you getting. This is what it is. I'm not. Who know what I'm talking about? You ever been that low? The best you get. You ain't getting nothing else. You ain't getting nothing else. I ain't got it and I ain't get it. I ain't give me something, then I'll give you some more. But this is what you got. I showed up. You better be glad I got an attitude, but I damn sure showed up. I didn't have to show up. And trust me, Tracy, 2 minutes ago, I was thinking about not showing up. We both shocked together that I showed up. It was a split decision. Now you telling me I can be everything. How? White man holding me down. I got all this in my head. Remember, I'm not telling you what is facts. I'm telling you my thoughts. Now you come in here with this Mary Poppins talk. So now I got a bunch of problems. If you white with the Mary Poppins talk, now I'm saying, yeah, you white. Of course, you white. Of course you saying that bullshit. You white. Everything work out for you. If you black talking that talk, oh, so you just want to be white. Like you couldn't win with me. It didn't matter. You was guilty, period. You know why you was guilty? Because I needed somebody to blame. How you gonna sell somebody something when I'm genuinely here to prove you can't sell me nothing?
You doing, you know what? This is you. I know about you, Moses. I know that so much.
I don't care. I don't care if y'all agree with me or not. I'm telling you, when Adonia tried to sell me something, I genuinely had the spirit. I can't be sold. I make my own decisions. I literally came here. How many of you know somebody that just show up just to prove people wrong? Y'all got one of them cousins? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I was that cousin. When Tracy brought me over, the few times Tracy invited me out with her, it was few. Tracy had to, all right, y'all, I'm gonna go get my cousin. Just, if he mess up, I'm driving him back immediately. So y'all just shoot me a text, let me know. I was that cousin. I was either gonna try to holler at everybody and embarrass Tracy, or I was gonna be mean to everybody and embarrass Tracy. I had one or two modes. I was gonna sit in the room, act like I'm not enjoying myself. And here's the deal, Donnie. I was gonna convince myself I'm not enjoying myself, just so I could have the energy, don't come over here. Or I was gonna get drunk and be way too stupid. You know why? Because I couldn't deal with myself. So I needed to get drunk so I didn't have to deal with myself, or I need to be mad so I could blame you for not dealing with myself. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all saved. I ain't saved. I remember my heathenness. This is why I can reach so many different people. And when you have this, please, there's only one way to sell somebody like that. Show me the wounds. What does that mean in business? Take your damn product, open it up, and show me how easy it is to use. In the business world, we call that a demo. You know why ShamWow is still remembered today? The whole commercial was a demo. He done threw jelly on that thing. That jelly ain't coming out. Wow, that jelly came out. How many of them bought a vacuum cleaner, sucking up marbles and doing all sorts of, you know how you got to get the what's the kind of vacuum that put the water down, Grace, and then suck up the real stuff? It's a special kind of vacuum. What you call it?
Is it like a steamer?
Yeah, but it's what we call it when you wet the whole carpet and you're
Wet vacuum.
Yeah. Your grandma said, "Don't you step on this carpet. Take them shoes off. Don't you come in here. You can't come in the living room for 3 days." Y'all know what I'm talking about? You know, when you get to the deep cleaner.
Got 3 days.
That's what my grandmother did. I don't know about y'all. My grandmother did. Then she put that plastic runner down that if you flip it upside down, it'll stick your feet. You know what I'm talking about? We got the same grandmother? Okay, we got the same grandmother. The only way for you to sell Adonia on anything is to show me the wounds. And the only way to do that is, all right, Adonia, here it is. I can't show you how my tech works because I don't have that. I'm a coach. But I can show you this. Tell me your problem real quick. I'll coach you right now in real time. And you ain't got to buy nothing. what you do is just let me see if I can help connect the dots for you. Go home and try what I say. And if it works, we'll have a different conversation. How is that not effective? What's the difference between that and a two-step close, Grace? Nothing. What's the difference between that, Grace, and money back guarantee?
Oh,
45 days, no risk. What's the difference? All these terms, 45 days, no risk, money back guarantee, or my favorite, you always see them on the little UVC commercials, whatever it is, money back guarantee, and I'll literally replace all your money. So you get double money back guarantee. That's saying the same thing. Jesus' ministry never changed the world, Jerome. It's a lie. It is a lie. It is a lie. It is something that we preach because the reason why we say Jesus' ministry changed the world, because I get paid for it. This is why we got so many arrogant preachers and teachers teaching the word, but are unapproachable. Jesus' wounds changed the world. And if the gospel was more focused on revealing the wounds, you say, you can't say that. The word resurrection, Jerome, is two words put together that means slain and standing. It's in the word. Revelation calls Jerome's Jesus the slain lamb. Standing. How you going to be slain and standing? It's impossible, but that is ministry. Okay, I don't care if you listen to me or not. I'm telling you that Adonia will buy from me far faster than she'll buy from some of y'all perfect selves. Why? There's two things about Antonio is for sure. One, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If we lose, we're gonna lose together, and I'm gonna do everything we can to make that shit back up. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because I've been taking notes, so I want to make sure that I'm completely understanding.
Okay. I've only talked about believers all day, nothing else. Okay, go ahead.
Well, first off, I want to thank Tracy for being transparent about what she was dealing with to get us to this point. Because for me, because I've been sitting here trying to figure out what to do to draw in my audience. So I know who my audience is, just drawing them in. It's like, okay, what do I need to do?
I'm
And
gonna
for
take
people,
notes while you're talking.
okay. And for people like me, yeah, I have books, but I want people to buy the book. So how do I get the people in to tell them who I am to buy the books? And you just broke down how.
Yes.
Because if we fully understand who seekers, believers, workers, and disciples, and we understand who they are in their cores, like it's basically you're telling us you always tell it the not the character's flaws, but the journey, the
hero's
journey. And basically you're telling us the seekers are at the beginning. The seekers have been activated to go on their journey. The believers are the ones who have gotten to a point where now that they've seeked, the believers are the ones in their journey who are at the point where it's like, okay, I believe I can do this now.
But that's it though.
That's right.
It. I don't know what to
That's
do.
It. I believe I
like
can
Grace.
do it, but I don't
They're
know
like
what
Grace.
to do.
Grace, what you gonna do? I don't know. Whatever Antonio say. I ain't got nothing else. That's a believer. Okay.
So in the hero's journey, you always tell us they always have that friend accompanying them, helping them through. So in my believer stage is where my friend comes in to accompany me. I get my mentor and this like that.
That's your company. The mentor, that Haman and Hunger Games. Sorry. Haman and Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Big Giant, Hagrid.
Hagrid.
You're Hagrid. Your company is Hagrid.
Oh, thank you so much.
All the
Thank you
helpers
so
that you,
much.
yeah, your company is the because you're trying to force people to be in your company forever. But if you tell these people, I'll give you forever, they'll then get in your company forever. Tracy gets it.
Oh, thank
Tracy
you.
gets it. Yeah. Yo, I got 2 hour plus podcast. Why is people listening to my podcast? It's too long. But they do. Why is Joe Rogan? He got 3 hour podcasts. They do. You know why? Because I'm just to help. I'm not asking you to stay. I liked Tracy's thing yesterday. I saw it. Put a little fire on it. Even made, she said, do the comment, drop something. And I did it. I followed her instruction on her Instagram post. You know what I should have did? Shit, she my student. I'm not finna support her. She needs to support me. She don't like my post. Y'all gonna act like that don't happen. That, that's okay. You gotta like that don't happen all you want to. I'm simply saying, man, I get you forever. So I wrote on a couple of things Deanna said. Well, Deanna, keep going if you wasn't finished. I wrote on a couple of things you said.
Okay. So you just blessed me so much. Thanks so much. Now for the workers are the ones who, when they move to the workers, that means their friend has helped them. Hagrid has done his job. Hagrid's like, okay, do this, and not completely finished with his job, but he's just still there.
And you done found your purpose. You done fooled around, found your purpose, tested it, and it worked. Now you done got addicted to it.
Okay. And so now, because they figured out it worked and they've gotten addicted to it, now they're going out telling others. So what did?
They're telling others evangelistically. So you could say that when we get to disciples, they're making others. I want you to draw that distinction. You said it right, but we need to draw the distinction that telling others is not discipleship, it's evangelism. Grace, remember, I told you had them 2 terms because that's I'm gonna conclude this section tomorrow with discipleship. But you need to make sure that evangelism and discipleship is in there on purpose. As I'm building the roadmap. Keep going though. But hold on, before you keep going, just know that telling is not selling, it's not evangelism. I need you to get out that mindset. You get it? I need you to get out that mindset. Okay.
I just made a note. Making disciples are making other customers.
That's right. That's right. That's what y'all want. That's what Tracy want. And then, but guess what you do? You get in your conference and go, y'all ain't invite nobody. You know why I've never complained before I shut the call down that, can you say it should be 1,000 people on this call? It should be. But you know why there ain't 1,000 people on the call, Jerome? 2 reasons. 1, I must not be doing a good enough job. 2, I'm saying steal. So why would you come in front of me and steal? I'm a product of my own grace. It's 1,000 people on that podcast, though. You know why? Anonymity. You can listen to the podcast. You know how many people have built businesses off one of my classes? Like built a whole business. They ain't gonna never tell me. Some of them come back and tell me. Okay, keep going down.
So I wanted to thank you because you helped me narrow in on I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but you just helped me figure out how it's supposed to look to my customers. I'm supposed to look like Hagrid.
Just bless me.
To my customers, I'm supposed to look like Hagrid. I'm supposed to be the one who, when they're seeking, comes in
That's right.
to save them. And while they're on their
That's right.
journey to their prosperity or their oneness, I'm there just to say,
Same.
hey, have you tried this? Hey,
Perfect.
have you tried that? Hey,
Perfect.
let me show you something. Hey, let me show you how to do this. And then the books and whatever programs will naturally sell because I'm moving with them step by step instead of just when they're first seeking coming to them like, buy my book. That's all you need to do. Just buy my book.
Perfect. Everything you say is perfect. Got no correction. Good job. I'm very proud of you. Your hair looks nice. You look real good. We're gonna talk off camera. It's a your fault. It's a your fault. Yes, you go, Tracy. Then remind me to bring up Melissa. Don't let me forget. Go ahead, Tracy.
Well, because you haven't really gotten to disciples yet, but
Right.
you mind if I
Because
we were talking about
because it's so big. Believers and disciples were so big. You got to split them up. Go ahead, though.
well, I know we were talking about like the church earlier and things like that. I kind of wanted to share because
Sure.
I'm visualizing my situation during the COVID time, and now this analogy and putting it back with business, it makes so much sense. So, my last church, I started going there in like 2000, as soon as I graduated from college, and so from 2000 to 2020, when COVID hit, I've been there. Went from the seeker to the believer,
Yep.
to the worker, to the disciple, right? And so my situation was they had it where when they started back having church in person, you had to go online, fill out a form, let them know you were coming, tell them how many people were coming, blah, blah, blah. And when you walked through the door, you had to get temperature checked and all that stuff. So church started at 9:30. On the form, it was like arrive like 15 minutes early so that you can get checked and everything. I got to my church at 9:30, which would be considered on time, and they would not open the doors. They said that I was late. And so because I was late, I couldn't get into church. I am not lying. I went back to my car because it was online still. We had it online. However, I was a disciple. So I'm looking at this in the business terms.
Yep.
Once you get, and I'm talking to myself,
Yep.
once I get these disciples, there's a certain way you do have to treat them and your workers.
Right.
Because after that, I was like, well, first of all, like,
Right.
you're not gonna let me in church. I'm here. It's 9:30. Church service is just starting. Literally, I drove here and you won't even let me in. So I'm thinking about, okay, well, when people do come and when people do put in the effort to be a part of whatever I'm doing, I have to be able to make sure I take care of them in a certain way. But then what I end up doing, I stopped going to my church of over 20 years because that was hurtful.
Of course.
And for them
it was.
to, I was offended, and I try not to get offended by things, but I was like, and so from then I became a seeker
Right.
of another place to worship. So then I
Absolutely.
started going, my daughter invited me to go to her boyfriend's church, and I went and I started going there and visiting as a seeker. And as a seeker that has been a disciple for 20 plus years over here, I'm kind of like, not really trusting.
Nobody.
And I'm here like, I'm here, but And so after some months, and it's all coming. So as people come and they're seeking and they come to whatever I'm doing, I have to give them
That's right.
the thing, not just my words. So what they did at this church, I started visiting like November, and I'm seeking. And so then the words, started moving. But then what she started doing, she started, because she comes out and she's all put together. But the thing about it is, she started revealing how she had been divorced. She started revealing how she's a single mother. She started revealing how she used to be out there in the clubs and stuff. And she, and so now I went from the seeking to the believing.
You saw the
I'm like,
wounds.
okay, I can relate to her, even though when every time she step on the pulpit, she, head to toe.
Perfect.
And then I went from believing and I joined like Mother's Day, because she did a Mother's Day brunch for the single mothers. She gave us gift cards for food. She was doing all types of things just for the people that I could relate to. And then I decided to become a worker, and I started becoming a part of the dance ministry. But then this is what I'm thinking about in business. Like, once you get those workers to me, those are the ones I was reading. You from yesterday, you said they will give. Once you cast the vision and they see it and you explain it well, they will work with the vision.
That's right.
And so I got to that point where I was like, okay, I'm with the vision. I'm getting to church at 7 o'clock, 7 in the morning, don't start till 9. I'm getting there early, staying after. I'm driving to both services, the North Campus and the South Campus, dancing, putting in work. But then you gotta treat your people right, because it wasn't that I wanted attention. I wanted attention when I was in that seeking and that believing phase, because as a seeker, I was like, well, what, hey, I was at my other church 20 plus years. It was hard for me to leave there because I had put so much time, energy, and effort over there. Yeah. But then when I became a worker here, then it was like, it wasn't being like appreciated where I am now. So I stopped dancing because I stopped being as active because I felt like now as a worker, it was being not abused, but once you get those workers that'll do whatever you need for them, you still have to treat them and appreciate them, but then don't utilize their work and their giving.
Take it for granted either.
That's what you And that was my number one problem. It's not no more, but that's why I bought the little stupid book. That's why I sat under Grace Pastor for all those years. I had to learn how to treat workers better. Keep going.
And so it's actually tough. It's a challenge for me to go back into discipleship.
That's right.
At this place.
That's right.
Because of how my discipleship was treated where I was.
That's right.
And so I'm thinking about, as I'm doing my business and what I am building, I'm thinking about how, I'm glad you used that analogy of church, because that actually has happened with me. And I can utilize that knowledge to formulate my customer segmentation.
You need to have 4 different companies inside your one company.
Me too, Tracy. Sorry to butt in. Me too. No. You felt taken advantage of. I'm in my feelings just hearing your story.
That's right. And you should be. Y'all hear me? Both of y'all should be. And trust me, there's been times when the ball dropped here in the ATS and people felt that because it doesn't matter why, but I had to take responsibility for it, right? I had to take responsibility for it and start all over. So as a CEO, so there's so much to talk about here. I actually got chills. Everything you said gave me chills, Tracy, because I get it. And you know what hurt me the most when Tracy was talking? Because now logic says, well, go find another church. But then she's like, I can't keep doing this, man. I can't keep starting over. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm too old to be starting over. And that's not me. I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the person with 3 churches. Can I push that now? Take it out of church? I don't want to be the person with 3 husbands. I don't want to be the person with 3 wives. Because if you're not careful, if you really
it's not my fault that they could not hang. I'm be quiet.
Fair enough. That's it. You got that macaroni in the pot. That's a whole different story over there. You understand what I'm saying? Whole different story. But see, what happens is, and then you know why you don't want to be the one with the 3 husbands? Because now you got to be judged. Because you're a good woman. And now Antonio want a baby. Now you got 2 babies. 2 babies, 2 different husbands. Then it don't work out with me. Then you go find another Antonio. And I go, yeah, baby, I want a baby. Oh my God. Let me be a good woman again. Now you got 3. And so that stigma, now put that in business. That person is coming to your business going, I just can't keep joining groups like this. So I'm just gonna watch out for cut your cameras on. No, the hell I'm not. How about that? I'm not. I'm dressed. But you're not finna see me. Why would I let you see me? I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Workers. So I was gonna say it for yesterday and tomorrow, but we gotta bring up evangelism and type of shit. So I was really good at evangelism. I had to go sit under Tillman. That's why I was there, Grace. This is a conversation I had with him. What is evangelism? I was good at getting customers. I was good at selling. But then this is what would happen. Adonia would believe. Yes. Oh man, Adonia, I'm so glad you believe. And I was good at that. Then Adonia get that fire. You know what? I'll do anything for ATS. Good, bye. That's how I used to be. Thank God, Adonia never met that person, but that's how I used to be. Because now that you're working, guess what I'm saying? I'm saying, all right, good job, God. Got me some help. I'm not gonna start over. I'm gonna do it again this time. It's gonna make a little bit more sense. I was so focused about getting help to help me with my vision that I forgot. I'm gonna bring this mic real close. I know you can hear me, but I'm gonna bring it real close. I forgot that every time Tracy brought her Toyota to the church, to the business, she was saying, it's my vision now. ATS is my company now. See, 2 different mindsets. I'm gonna help you with this. I'm gonna help you with this. That's why businesses look very different in the Bay Area than they do in Texas. The culture, Silicon Valley has a really good job of culture creating. Been very different. Texas don't give a damn. You're gonna bring your butt here, you're gonna work, you're gonna do your damn job. Be glad we ain't got no taxes. You understand? All right, go. Gone. The evaluation is 6 months. Think it don't happen. That's why she is HR queen. We can't be doing that. You're gonna do what I said in Texas. You understand? We are at will state. I can fire you for no reason, no explanation, no reason. As a matter of fact, I ain't, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna fire you though. I'm gonna force you to quit because I'm not gonna pay unemployment for you. You're not gonna dip into them funds.
You all up in mine because that I used to do HR here in Texas, and that's how it was. That's exactly how it was in management.
You're not gonna dip into them funds.
Why do you know all of this?
But California's at will state too, and you do not have to have a reason. But you dang Skippy better have one because you're going to court. They're gonna take you to court. So you're gonna either pay money to them in their pocket or to their attorney, or your attorney, just to go prove that you should have been able to terminate them.
Fair enough.
So you better have a good reason. You really better. And some good documentation.
Good documentation. You sure right. You gonna pay for the attorney fees or you gonna pay for that? You sure? That's a good point. So when Tracy became a worker, I'm saying, thank you, God, I got more help for my vision. Instead of saying, thank you, God, Tracy has taken this vision as her own. Forget me giving you any strategies. If you just recognize that Adonia cares more about ATS than Antonio does, you'll treat her differently. If you just care about the fact that Phil and Susan care more about ATS than Antonio does, you'll treat them differently. If you care about the fact that Jerome and Law are the same, and Brenda, if you just recognize that Melissa would give her last, then what you're forced to do is you're forced to create a new division of your company that did not exist in before. You start saying things like, me and Melissa, I had to cancel the last 2, but me, Melissa, and Deanna working on something So at the very least, I have them communicating almost every day, helping each other out. Helping each other out. Workers need this. I actually learned this from Lakewood. Workers love to volunteer, but volunteering should be fun, and volunteering should come with special privileges. So Resegregation is a very important book to me. It is finished now, volume 1. It's very important. And the first, I showed y'all this, but the very first thing that I have, I gotta get my notes off all this top secret information. There we go. The very first thing that I have, Antonio, is something Joel Osteen taught me. So if you look right here in Resegregation, if this to say something like marketing, and here's the title, but right here it says, by everyone, it's shorthand just for me, by everyone, it should say by all the regulars on the cause a book like Joel did for me. See, you're not here. The book is so important to me that I interned for Joel Osteen. The first year I interned for Joel Osteen, he dropped 2 books. I got both of them. To be honest with you, I couldn't afford them anyway. I was paying for college by myself, and I was doing 40 hours a week at Lakewood, and I was driving 60 hours one way, 60 miles one way. I couldn't afford thinking, let alone $13 for a book. Couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I was broke. And Joel Osteen, I was an intern, and I had to pay to be an intern, even though all that money came back to me. And every time he released a book, there was a note on my desk. I had a desk, for God's sake. I never used it because I hate admin work, but I had a desk. I hate admin work. The hell I'm up here for is people down there need my help, right? I don't want to be up here. But the desk was on the 5th floor. I don't want to be on the 5th floor. I want to be on the 1st floor with the people. You know, stuff like on the 2nd floor. And Janice, twice, I had a note from Joel with his new book. That man didn't even know me. That's how you treat workers. And since I've redefined the company, since I've changed, guess what? Since there's no product, guess what? Y'all are the workers. Y'all are the disciples. So I know who's regular. Actually, every single person on here is a regular. I'm going to buy your book personally and ship it to you. I am. For no reason at all. Not because I'm smart, because Joel did it for me. And when it was important to me, I said, now, when it was important to me, what made me feel good? And I wrote that down. And here's the crazy thing. You could tell my thinking, Jerome, because this is what happened. Me, Deanna, and Grace was in the car, and we came up with, me and Deanna was in the car and Grace on the phone, and they came up with all these ideas. And after they was done, guess what I did, Jerome? I came up here and just put this on top of it. Because that was the most important thing to me. Has nothing to do with law of attraction. I'm sure I'm going to be blessed. That's not the point. Had everything to do with the fact it was important to me. I felt good. How can I make others feel good? That's what I decided to do. Simple as that. So y'all don't have to buy the book. Now, people like Jerome and Adonia still going to buy the book. They're going to say, well, I'm going to get my blessings. Let me buy it from a friend or something. Let me help him be a U.S. bestseller. Today, that's different. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's a discipleship heart that ain't got nothing to do with me. You understand? And they all go buy it privately too. They're gonna buy it privately. 6 months later, I'm gonna say something. They're just gonna throw their book up like this on camera, and that's it. You ain't gonna never hear about it. It's just it could be a quiet buy. A quiet buy. All of them anonymous givers. You understand? Anonymous givers. Tracy, what should happen at your church, and it probably will, is there needs to be a section for workers. And that section needs to be special. if you volunteer every day, something as simple as you get to walk through this door is enough. Everybody else walk through the double doors. You walk through the side door. That's enough. Like, I can't get your own parking spot, but we go through this. No. Tracy, no, come here. We go through this door, honey.
That's ironic you said that, because they do at the new church, they do have the special door for the workers and those that volunteer. And every month they do a, not every month. Yeah, every month they do a parking spot up front for 2 volunteers. So it's kind of like trying to make the volunteers feel special. But that all just started like this year. And so I'm wondering, like, if people have said some, said things in order to like implement these new things. And I put it in the chat because that's one of the things she did also last year when I first started going. She gave me a book, and it was a book that was focused on, enjoying your single life and encouraging you through those times. So it was, those types of things.
Yep.
Like we said, they gave you a book. And so those types of things that help make, that relationship better.
So here's what I'm working on for y'all. I'm glad you said that, because you better bring out top secret information. I actually brought this up years ago, but I haven't been able to do it until just this year. I wanted to do it earlier, but we were too open and everybody ain't good. I don't know. And I tried not to say that. So that was like the 5th option that I did. This came out of my mouth. I was really Janice trying. I went through 4 options just to say the nice thing, and that was the nicest thing I can come up with. But I have something called exclusive. I think it's just called exclusive. I built it 3 years ago. It's just called exclusive. And there's 2 things I want to do. So if you pay attention to the conferences I've been doing, I actually postponed them this year right now. If you pay attention to the conferences I've been doing, they're more like Apple conferences now. I don't know if you have seen that shift in me, but they're like, oh, here's this thing we're doing. It's freaking amazing. It's like a showcase. If you pay attention to what I've been doing, you just go look, you just pay attention. Exclusive is for the people, and you cannot join. You have to be exclusively invited by me. This is so real. I wish Chef Jay was here, because I talked to Chef Jay about it already, privately. It's where I say, all right, Adonia, here's this place we got. I'm not gonna, okay, I'm gonna give y'all more details when I want to. This is my plan. I'm not there yet, but I'm real close. I'm real close. This nice fancy place to run. That some of them you may even need a passport for. That's all I'm gonna say. You hear me? All of us getting on flights. Dress code is formal and beach gear. Both in. You hear me? It's formal and beach gear. 3 days. I pay for it all.
When we're leaving.
The only thing you got to do, the only thing I haven't worked out just yet is the flights. Flights are so hard, so I'm not paying for that. But I've got this written down, and I've got your name. Your name is actually on there, Tracy. And I've got feelings, obviously Phyllis Susan Adonia Law, and you know what I'm saying. And I got that. And what we're doing is it's an exclusive retreat. I got the whole agenda down. I'm not saying that it's 3 days. And the only thing that y'all are doing is allowing me to appreciate you. That's all. And when Adonia, when I called you a couple months ago, I almost slipped up and said it. I was having a private conversation. I was like, girl, this was going to happen. I'm going to come out and come see you, and I'm going to do this. And I almost said, because I got plans for that, I was like, nah, let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. I almost said it then. I almost said it then. And a banquet. So we're gonna do something twice a year. We're gonna do something twice a year. Always around Christmas. It's gonna be a formal banquet, but this other one is a little different. Hawaii. It can never be nowhere regular. It can never be somewhere regular. Can never be somewhere regular. Get the block rooms. You understand what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. And the reason I want to do it, well, I'm not going to tell you the reason I want to do it. I'll tell you one of the reasons, but there's a real reason, but I don't want to tell you that. And it's not hard at all. You know why I could pay for it? You know why I'm switching everything? Because all I have to do, it's so easy. It's just take a little percentage of every monthly sale and put it in a little pocket. Because Rhino Leg it's like which I don't know I'm doing right now. I'm doing blockchain real heavy, like actual blockchain, real heavy. And what I did is I got a guy doing Rhino Leg, this one part of Rhino Leg for me, because I want to split myself up and go to blockchain real quick. But there's a reason. There is a reason. There's a very good reason. And July 5th, I may have an opportunity to blah, 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 but we'll talk. We'll talk. Okay. We'll talk. We'll talk. July 5th is, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. We'll talk. And none of this would be possible without Phil, Susan, Jerome, Law, etc., Adonia, etc., etc., etc. And at some point, we going out. You hear me? Tracy, I hope you got a bikini ready, because there's only one rule. Take pics so we can show everybody how they not here. That's the only rule. I don't want to be where y'all at.
When I was in network marketing, my leaders, it was like 5 of them, and they'd be at this lavish place, and they put their arms around each other, and they'll have a space missing in the middle, in the picture.
And this you should be here. This was for you. But look at you though. Look at you. Look at you though. You ain't get here. And to be honest with you, I built this like years ago for a different organization, and never did anything with it. But 2 or 3 years ago, I forget what it was. 2 or 3 years ago, I absolutely brought it up. I wrote it down. I just be waiting. I just wait on my proper time, because how many you can have a good idea, but you don't have the right personnel to pull it off? That's tough. Yeah.
Extremely me.
Man, real talk. And I'm gonna show y'all, like, just so we know, like, just to be clear. So I haven't updated this. Is July 25th, 2022. Okay. July 25th, 2022. Just to be clear. Look, I even got 2022 dates that was supposed to happen. Now, look, I wasn't joking. If you come way down here, it's gonna cost me $12,000, $757 per person if we do 12 days, $9,000 per person if we do 10 days, $7,000 if we do 7 days. And guess what it's called, our little thing? Love Light. I'm not joking. I'm absolutely not joking. It's right here. Look, it's right here. And then I said, okay, so I was going to make some people pay for it and some people don't. And I was going to do this here. I think this one, no, that's just one. I was going to have some crowd who want to be in our number. Well, y'all can come, but y'all got to pay. But these folk, it's on me, 12,000. And don't you need to be in a villa? You hear me? And y'all ain't sharing no rooms either, unless you a couple, then you can share rooms. You got your own room. You snore as loud as you want to. Snore as loud as you want to, Tracy. I ain't talking about no bunk beds. No. So you see, I wrote that down. Like, just so we're clear, that's written down. I am not lying, Jerome. I'm not lying. It's there, and I know it's going to cost $12,000 a person. That's, you saw it. I need to. You saw the date, right? You saw it. But to say where. Depending upon the success of Rhino Leg is the answer to that question. It's the answer to that question. Depending upon the success of Rhino Leg is the answer to that question. That's why I'm doing things so different now. That's why I'm not in a rush, but I'm also in a hurry. So I guess that's a bit of a contradiction. But I'm not making none of the mistakes.
Antonio, didn't you
Yes,
show
sir.
us a video?
I did.
TD Jakes that said timing is everything.
Everything. So right. Timing. So I said 3 days, but I forgot it wasn't 3 days. It was 7, 10, and 12. That's what I did. 7, 10, and 12. Yep. I'm serious. Like, I got the prices written down. I did this with Ashley Patrick in the Houston office in 2020. That's when I wrote this down. It's right there. This was, so these prices, so these are my notes. There's a better version of this like Word documents. There's a better version of this in Word documents, but these are my notes. This is a really good time, but at the bare expense, but a really good time. You'll never notice the difference. And this is, but if things work out, yeah, we're going to drop 7.3. We're going to drop $7,000. Because imagine if Tracy, if I say, all right, Tracy, come on, let's go out. Stay is for free. Those stupid, what you call them? Vista charges? No. What you call them? You out there in that area, Adonia, you call them they resort fees, stupid hijacking fees. Crazy, you know what I mean? Crazy. It's crazy fees, right? Those stupid resort fees, we got that too. Don't worry about food. We got that. Now you're more than welcome to go get your own food, but we got your food. So if you're anything like me and Janice, we're gonna say, well, let me go get some drink since y'all got the food. You understand? let me go on. Spend my money wisely. Funny story, my doctor called me. I don't know why people fool me. My doctor called me 2 days ago. All my blood work came back great. And I was like, well, look, I can't get up there right now. I'm busy programming. So y'all gonna have to do this over the phone. There's a lady called and she was like, well, can you go get some labs? We need some tests done because we're looking at your kidneys and they look great, but it's just one thing was a little high and we just want to check. And I said, look here, girl, I drink, ain't gonna lie to you. And I probably drank before them labs, but we'll figure it out when I take these labs again.
Reverend.
I did.
What a laugh.
I did. You said give you blood. You didn't tell me not to drink before I gave you blood. I live my own life. Not talking shit. Nobody telling me what to do anyway. So that's exclusive. But you know why? Because that's for workers and disciples. And where did I get that from, Jerome? Remember, it came out of Ricasa. If you think about what I said during Ricasa, that I wanted to do a little blah, 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 I just pulled it from that and put it back in Rhino Leg.
And Tony, I remember when we was gonna do our last thing, you know, I either had already paid, knew I was gonna, and he said, oh no, Jerome, good. And I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, you covered. And he said, oh, you covered. I'm like, what the?
But when we gonna do something in Houston, I bought a ticket. I had my airplane ticket. And only reason because I wanted to see my brother Jerome. And the only reason why I didn't lose money is because it was Southwest and they let you do a credit. So I did to go see my mom. But
I
was
bet you went to
ready.
Atlanta. Yep.
You teased me. I was
I
ready. I was
did. I
ready.
did.
Yes.
I did.
Oh, we haven't
Yeah.
forgotten Antonio.
No, I haven't forgotten either. I haven't forgotten either. Yeah, we do. We definitely need to do something in Houston for sure. We do something for Houston.
And Antonio,
Mhm.
and this is important.
Mhm.
If you notice, we didn't hold it against you.
I sure
either.
appreciate you.
Come on now.
Yep.
See.
Yep. That is important. So appreciate you.
Super fans.
Super fans. So appreciate you. But it's all that's man, if I just it's so much on the table that like there's so much, Tracy. There's so much on the table that I just me and Deanna working on it every day. I just
Keep your mouth closed.
yes.
Open your mouth when you're supposed to.
When I'm supposed to. Open my mouth
And
when I'm supposed
Deanna, Deanna, did you hear me? Because he don't listen.
to. Now, Deanna, I want to end with you in this section because you said something, I wrote it down. You say, I want to draw people to my book. There's the number one problem. This is Tracy's problem. This is Antonio's problem. And I'm so glad you brought it up because Jesus didn't draw people to the gospel. Jesus brought the gospel to them. He had to reverse what Israel did by trying to draw people to Israel. Okay, I know. I'll meet your mic.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. She ain't got no cut on. She got a Bluetooth headphones in, but she ain't got a cut on. So listen. No, all you had to do is you probably said your mic. You probably had to connect it in Zoom, your mic, but it's okay. Yeah. You probably didn't. You could hear me, but you didn't set your mic to your little headphones. That's what that was.
I had a moment. Okay.
You good. You good. What you were saying?
Okay, so I don't need to. So
Mhm.
as their Hagrid,
Right.
I need to not draw them into me, but
Right.
present to them the solutions, but
Right.
do it in a way where I'm not selling them. I'm just guiding them along their path, being the big teddy bear giant guy who is the biggest kid ever and saying, hey, I've grown up a little bit, but I've struggled too. And hey, just take this, just try this out. It'll help you. No, I don't need anything in return. Just try this out and just walk them that way.
Absolutely true. But let me just put some more power in there because we're always selling. We can't get out of selling. Even Adonia, who don't like sales, is always selling. She in front of the office, right? She has to sit in the office, have her dough slightly cracked, selling. Y'all can come talk to me today. Like we always selling. Okay. We always selling. Trading power. You need to attach your book to something that has trading power for the people that you're looking for. But listen to me very well, Tracy. I told Deanna this yesterday about somebody and she finally got it. I said it before, but she got it yesterday. I'll tell you now. We don't buy what we need, Tracy. We buy what we want. See, I need a good woman like you, Tracy, but I want one of these bros. And I didn't mean bros.
We got it.
Oh, okay. Because you know I live on Earth, right? Then that's what we do. Janice, don't act like.
I'll take a bro.
Janice, don't act like, you know, he's a good man, but he always out there. Yeah, I'm doing something stupid because you what I need, baby. But I don't want what I need. God ain't through with me yet. My list ain't finished. It's the truth. I know I need to work out. I did 68 push-ups this morning. I was trying to get to 100. Child. You know, but the problem, so I got these new muscles, they don't have any endurance. Because I don't have any endurance. And I had to do those 68 in 2 sets too. Let me just tell you, by the way. And do those 68 in 2 sets. We buy what we want. Yes, I need to lose weight. But I want this new diet y'all said that I can eat anything and the weight to fall off me.
What that's that?
You have a
it's a-
trillion, you
it's
have
a
a $1
guy.
trillion company, you figure it out.
Okay, because it's a guy out there. I don't know his name, but he on YouTube all the time. He got his company's called V Shred, and he is ripped. And he be like, all these diets y'all doing, tell me what you can't eat what you want. Man, I eat donuts. And I was like, so what are you doing?
And I'll tell you what I'm doing if you buy my program. Right?
That's pretty much what it is.
Of course. We're in it now, but I'm just trying to tell you, Tracy, attach your trading power to what people want. Yes, Adonia wants to help people and save people. But when they in your organization, Adonia, and trusting you, that's when you hit them with what they need. But they ain't gonna never get in your organization until you dangle that donut in front of them with what they want. So you had the right idea, Deanna. It's called lipo. You sure right. I want to wake up skinny. How about that? I want to disappear for 6 weeks and come back looking good. You understand? You see all the time. A little Instagram model, stop posting for 6 weeks, come back, she posting. BBL. That's what happened. That's what happened. Tracy over there doing squats. She dropped 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? She dropped 10 grand. You have to attach what you want. And that's the trading power. I'll prove it. All throughout the book of Luke. Jesus said, Jerome, you good? I'm not good. I am hungry. Here's some fish. Behold, I'm fisher of men. Walked to another group. Y'all good? Hell no, I need some bread. Say less. Here's some bread. Y'all ate? Y'all full? Good. I am the bread of life. John does that 7 times, Jerome. 7 times. Y'all need some. No, well, you know what? My vines are messed up. Say less. Let me fix these vines. Y'all good? I'm the true vine. Because you cannot preach to people hungry. The word that you have for me, Janice, that business, that's your word. I want it, but I'm drowning. Give me a lifeboat first before you tell me about how you can make my life better. Save me first. Save me first. Save me first. Yes, Tracy work out every day. Yes, Tracy fine. Yes, her stomach flat. Child, I ain't trying to do all that. Just tell me how much sugar can I consume first. How about that? Can I still eat this chocolate cake? How much? What portion size?
Listen, I'm dead serious. I'm gonna ask you that question. Okay, what can I do?
I stay away from it. Deanna still does and still drops weight. She's very good at portion control. And I'm not. But I'm good at calorie counting. But I'm not good at portion control. The difference between me and Deanna can eat a sweet and then stop. Do you know who I am? You know how compulsive I am? I don't do nothing and stop. I ain't never sinned halfway. I ain't slept with the wrong person for just one day. Child, we sleeping together till it run off. You hear me? Till we lose communication or have some drama. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting everything I got. I told my dad the other day, I was so good for the devil. So good for the devil. Least I can do is be excellent for God. Least I can do. I'm #1 teammate. You hear me, Jerome? I ain't never sinned halfway. I know y'all badly sin. Every sin I ever, and here's a crazy thing, Dan. Every sin I ever did, I had fun. I enjoyed all of it. I ain't never said, you ain't gonna never hear me say, you know, when I was living that life, I wasn't feeling bad. I only do what I want to do in the first place. God just changed my allegiance. Didn't change my personality. My allegiance changed. I still got the same personality, but please know, Jerome's niece could have got it.
That's why I told you, don't make me cut you.
She could have got it. And she was applying for the position. It just so happened to be that's the same time that me and Deanna started together and nobody know about it. So I was a good boy. Rolling my eyes. Missed my whole opportunity. You hear me, Janice? I'm single and ready to mingle. Anyway, that's just my sins. Don't worry about me, Tracy. I'm just trying to prove that you sell what they want. Since she had what I wanted, but my want was already fed, I was already in the system, then I could listen to what Deanna was already giving me what I needed. But if my want was not fed first, I need everything I want. Old Baptist preacher call that full, Janice. You can't feed me, baby, if I'm already full. Anyway, you get it, Deanna? If you're going to sell me your book, attach it to what I want. So if your book is about herbs, what do people with herbs want to cure diabetes? Not the world's, theirs. I don't care about Janice. I care about the fact that I got this gout. What you got in there for gout? You get what I'm saying? All right, that's it. That's it for me. Attach your trading power to what I want. Just remember, Tracy, the people you're talking to today, tomorrow, they want something. So don't tell them what, this is what I need. This is what y'all need. No. If you give everybody what they need, if you got 13 people, you're going to convert 2 of them. But if you go in there and what's your conference about? I'm going to tell you exactly what a want would be.
Keys to handling challenging times.
Okay, then. Couple of wants ideas. Anger control. Control perception on your 9 to 5. See, I didn't say change. I said control the perception. How to keep your attitude and still win. Why people who cuss more are the smartest. Why people who curse more are more successful. That's actually true. That's actually a fact. It's a fact. But that's a segment. So you mean tell me, child, I can still cuss too and do your program? Tell me about it. So you mean I'm smart and I didn't know it? Give me these statistics. Let's see what else. Telling yourself in rough times. See, don't tell me retrain my subconscious. It's too hard. And you only got an hour. You only got 2 hours. Right now, so in order for us to do whatever Tracy said the topic was, keys to challenging, taking care of hard times, we gotta retrain our subconscious. Takes a while. So I'm gonna give you a quick fix to kickstart the retraining of your subconscious so you can immediately start attracting what you want today. Quick fix. You know what the most popular podcasts are? The ones that give you quick fixes immediately. You know why they put those fun tips or life hacks? Why those are always the popular videos? Because forget the rest of the video. You just showed me something. I didn't hit pause already. I'm gonna hit pause. Quick fix. See, the key to handling tough times is saving money. And then you go, how many of you know that saving money and having more money brings to less arguments, gives you more confidence? So the first thing I want to do before I tell you anything about me is I want to give you 5 ways to save money right now that's guaranteed to put an extra $2,000 in your pocket. And Tracy goes, I don't have that. Girl, you better go to ChatGPT and say, can you give me 5 popular life hacks? And then put, can I get 5 nobody ever heard of? And then find 5 of them that save money. And open up your conference with that. Watch how they go. All right, I'm gonna stay here. Because it's not the life hacks, it's the feeling of, oh, this was worth it. We don't buy what we need, we buy what we want. And you should be smart enough to know that great programs have a dude like me behind it, pulling the strings, saying, Adonia, in 5 minutes, you need to introduce a new life hack. Like I'm in her ear. Adonia, they really like that last point. Wait a minute, back up real quick. Say these exact words. And then Adonia is on stage going, you know what? Let me back up real quick. Okay. And I'm in her ear. I see some of y'all are out there looking. And how did I have this information? Because we made everybody fill out a survey. It was actually a psychological profile. So now Adonia got 100 people in the audience. And we ran it through ChatGPT, got a psychological profile. And I'm looking at the lady named Carol, and I'm looking at her profile. And she makes $120,000 a year. Adonia selling a $1,900 product. Adonia, press this point. Why do you think they got earpieces on live TV? Is it for the breaking news? You're losing your audience, Tracy. Hold on, we'll back up real quick. We're looking at, you can't plan better. You can't dominate. We'll conclude this little customer segmentation tomorrow. Or maybe that's what time is your conference?
It's tomorrow night at 6 Central Time.
Perfect. We'll conclude it tomorrow with discipleship. We sure will, which is the toughest but the most blessed. Jerome hit it right, super fans. And I will teach you tomorrow how to create disciples, how to create super fans, and how you only, remind me this, Grace, everything I told you right now, but remind me, get 10,000 super fans. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. Get 10,000. Not in one day. We just want 10,000. Just Grace, do me a favor. Just, Jana, you write it down. Jana, just show your calculator real quick. Show Adonia 10,000 people. Giving her $40 a month. Show how many new shoes that is. We know it's easy math.
All right, what's that number again?
10,000 times 40.
Oh.
We know it's 40,000. That's 40,000 a month. Now watch this here. Well, 10,000 is a lot. 1,000 then. Times $40 a month. 40,000. Okay, stop your screen. Adonia, I know 40,000 a month ain't your worth. I know you weigh more, but can you deal with that though? I mean, can you take that pay cut? 40,000 a month. No, she's not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think so.
Yeah. 40,000 a month. She pay a little taxes a little bit, you know what I'm saying? She might stay in the Bay Area a little longer. So tomorrow, how about we start focusing, Genesis, on 1,000 people that give us $40 a month? How about that? That's a much easier business model. Stop trying to be a millionaire. If you get 1,000 people every year paying you $40 a month, you will be a millionaire. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Don't let me forget that, Grace.
Pathbender tonight at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Thank you guys so much. I'm going to jump on. Actually, I'm going to take a brain break and then jump on blockchain. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.
All right.
More.
Love you more.